These almosts, like the almost in Philadelphia, the almost tonight, what does that say big picture about this team? Does it say that you guys are moving in the right direction?
That we lost. You're talking to the wrong guy, talking about an almost win.
Does it change your long-term view of this team?
No, we lost.
Are you encouraged by the Lakers?
Me personally, yes. LeBron James is just phenomenal in terms of how he's playing at this stage and point in his career. I can't say enough good things about him. Russell Westbrook, ladies and gentlemen, he had 20 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists last night. What this dude is doing coming off the bench, I give him a lot of credit for. I didn't think he could do it. You understand? I had questions as to whether or not his attitude would be right. And he's been a spark plug. He's been in attack mode. He's made some mistakes last night, but he also made some big-time plays as well, and I give him a lot of credit. I know that Anthony Davis has played like a star. I know that Anthony Davis has played like an all-star when you consider what he was doing during that 9-game stretch. I'd be remiss in neglecting to point out, however, Anthony Davis is directly responsible for 2 losses, Philadelphia and last night. Both losses, he was in a position to ice the game at the free throw line, and he missed. He missed against Philly, all right, and that game ended up going into overtime. He hits that shot against Philadelphia. Game's over. Philadelphia loses. Anthony Davis missed the free throw. Last night, you got 2 free throws. You do that, the likelihood if Boston loses that game, you didn't do it. They had a last shot. You got the ball in Jayson Tatum's hands, who is clearly the leading candidate right now for league MVP honors. He is just putting on a show. But what I say about the Lakers is this. They're better defensively. They're clearly more athletic. And if the trio continues to play the way that they're playing, everybody ain't Boston and Philadelphia. And I think that they'll win more games than they'll lose, and they'll be in the playoffs. I just think they desperately need another shooter, and I don't know how they're going to get one.
Here's the bottom line. There are no moral victories for the LA Lakers.
Great.
I mean, and LeBron throws up an absolute brick at the end of that game on the last possession. Larry Bird would knock the jumper down.
Oh, my Lord.
I can tell you that. He got
LeBron,
into that last
no
one.
one has ever once said, no one who knows basketball has ever said that LeBron James can shoot anywhere in the same stratosphere as Larry Bird. So you didn't need to go there. No one's ever said that.
I wanted
Larry Bird was a sniper.
Can I say that? I wanted to.
Larry Bird walked in the three-point shooting contest. He's walked in the three-point shooting contest and said, who's here ready to be second place?
And forget the free throws. They had a 13-point lead with 4:25 to go in the game after a tremendous
It was also
comeback.
down 17.
But hold on, Stephen. They're at home against a team that's just lost 2 straight. They're down 13 they're up 13 with 4.5 minutes to go, and you allow that game to go to a couple of free throws? Yes, he's got to make them. You're 100% right. But you can't put yourself in a position to lose. And think about it. They got LeBron, they got Anthony Davis, and although I don't love Westbrook, he's a future Hall of Famer. They have 3 future Hall of Famers on their team. 3. They got rid of Vogel, who won a championship because they got rid of him. They bring him in there, and they are 11-16. That's a disgrace. All right, they play well against Philly. Did we see the Cleveland game last week? Did we see the Toronto game on the road trip last week? Let's take it easy.
You do know in the Cleveland.
Oh, I know he was sick. He left the game. I understand.
He didn't play. And neither of them played against Toronto. You don't know that.
Still, they lost by 40 against Toronto. For crying out loud, on 35 points. Stephen, they have LeBron James, and they got Anthony Davis, and your beloved Westbrook, and they're 11 up and 16 down. LeBron was right in the postgame. Win the game. And the Celtics just got blown out twice in a row. You can't finish them off with that wonderful 45-12 run. That is a horrendous job. Enough with the Lakers love. They lost. They're 11-16, Stephen, with those 2 great top 5 players in the NBA. That is ridiculous. That should not be happening. So I am not into more. You seem to be into more victories. Well, I've seen some nice things. Westbrook's playing well. If Davis makes a couple of free throws against Philadelphia last night, it's a different. They've lost 16 of 27. Case closed.
Anthony Davis needs to make those free throws. We all know that. But the Lakers just showed you why they'll never be a championship contender or even a playoff threat for what they did last night. Anytime the Lakers get a lead, they completely take their foot off the gas. They stop moving the ball, they take stupid shots, and commit dumb turnovers that are completely unnecessary. And then on defense, they completely give up. They leave shooters wide open, and they commit really stupid fouls. Marcus Smart, in one of the most crucial possessions of the game, got a wide open three late in the fourth quarter. How does that happen? Instead of looking for Anthony Davis in the post, a lot of times LeBron James and Russell Westbrook will play iso ball and take long jump shots at the end of games. They're two below average shooters, and this season in particular, they're horrible, but they continue to jack up threes late in the game. We saw it in overtime, and we saw it at the end of the fourth. The whole game, they were lobbing to AD, getting pick and roll action, and finding different looks for this team. So why in the fourth and in overtime do they decide to settle for long jump shots? Their strengths are getting to the basket and playmaking, but yet in the fourth quarter, they decide that they're Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and that's why they lose games. Darvin Ham isn't off the hook. The Lakers roster outside of their big three isn't that great. So what does Darvin Ham do? Well, he plays them for the entire second half, or at least the entire fourth quarter. He plays his stars for very long stretches at the end of games, so they get tired. And that's part of the reason why they turn the ball over and why they settle for long jump shots. This isn't Miami LeBron. This isn't OKC Westbrook. They can't play the entire game and still be as explosive as they were in the first. It just doesn't work like that. Darvin Ham needs to stagger their minutes and give them breaks at different times. The Lakers did a lot of good things in this game, but if they don't fix these flaws, they're not going anywhere. If you leave Marcus Smart open for three, he'll make a couple shots. If you leave all the best players open and keep turning the ball over, of course the other team's gonna win. I don't know what's so complicated about that, but they can't seem to figure it out because they do it every night. As always, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Are the Lakers capable of being championship contenders with this roster, or is this the best they're gonna get? And don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more NBA content just like this, and I will see you in the next upload.